Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mediocre Takes podcast. Today, we're doing a first impressions episode, and we're doing it on a really silly show called Batwheels. So let's just get started.
Yay! Okay. Should I mention that we're doing 5 episodes? Does it matter? Okay. We're doing 5 episodes. The first impressions, we do about 60 minutes of whatever we're reviewing. And the first episode was about 20 minutes. So, okay. Episode 1. In an attempt to prevent a break-in at the Bat Cave, the Bat computer installs a Bat motherboard into the Batmobile. The intruder is able to steal the other motherboards and install them into various villains' cars. The Bat family's Batmobiles team up to stop them.
Okay, Mel, I have to ask, did you enjoy this?
Yes!
Okay, I'm glad
Yes!
I'm not the only one, because I was like, if I enjoyed this at least a little bit and you ended up hating it, I don't think we could be friends, you know?
I don't think I could have hated it.
Okay. This series feels so silly, and even though I do think it's a little bit stupid, I really did enjoy it. The Joker felt off-putting, and I don't have words to explain why.
It's because they made him look like a pretty boy.
Yes, oh my god. He just looked strange. Like, what did they do to him?
The voice doesn't match the face.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like to me, it doesn't make sense that the Bat computer is keeping it a secret that the Bat vehicles have sentience now. Like, I feel like they just added that to add more, like, of a secret plot line or something in the show and didn't actually check to see if it fit with the plot. Also, I feel like Batman is smart enough to know not to make a Bat computer that can keep secrets from him, but that's just me. And I know that I know that this is a kid show, but it just doesn't make sense to me that, like, all of these things would happen.
I think I was having too much fun to really consider the logistics of this. You know what? I expected the origins of the talking bat transportation vehicles to be goofy, but I actually like how they came to be. I like how it's grounded. Like, they literally just put personality cores in the cars. Like, it's not that deep. So the theme song is a bop. And something I appreciate is how it incorporates a bit of the theme song from the 1960s Batman show. That was really neat. And I can't believe SpongeBob made a cameo in this.
Excuse me?
I forgot I don't know what the character's name is, but the dummy, the crash test dummy,
Oh, yeah.
voiced by SpongeBob.
Oh my god. Mal, I honestly hate it when you make these voice actor connections because it kind of ruins the characters for me. I don't know.
How?
I don't know. It just stops making sense in my head that they can be the same person. you know? I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing.
Marco,
Don't
did you
ruin
know
it.
that did you know that Azula is the voice actor for Daphne?
You gotta stop.
How do you not know these things?
Because I don't keep track of voice actors.
But can't you just like hear it in the voice?
Here's the thing, I hear in the voice, but I try not to make the connections. I
Ah,
really do not try to make the connections. Because I do watch a good amount of animated shows, and I do sometimes hear similar voice actors, but I try my best to just think of them as different people. Yeah.
okay. I think I'm the exact opposite. I love making connections. Okay. Well, I feel like I should hate the animation in this, but I don't. And I think it's because it doesn't look stiff or cheap. Like, it's the same animation style of sort of like modern kids animated media, but it looks like money and effort was put into it. It's no Coco Melon. Episode 2, the Batwheels learn to work together and follow the leader in order to take down Ducky.
Okay, so there's this thought I've had that I've been struggling with when it comes to this show. That being, I can't tell if this show is just too young for me at times, or if it feels a bit too preachy. I feel like this might be that it just feels overly preachy, but it isn't, and that I'm just like a bit jaded, I guess. Because I generally feel like I want to move on from the teamwork plot line in this episode, and I just wasn't interested in it.
I agree that they do, at least in the like first 5 episodes we're recording for this, they do focus on teamwork and specifically Bam's taking that leader role. But also, It is a lot. I think kids should learn about teamwork. And I have to remember that first and foremost, this is for kids.
Yes, I agree with you. I definitely do agree with you. That's why I was kind of struggling with that thought because I'm like, it feels preachy, but at the same time, I feel like for kids, it isn't a bad show, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah.
And for kids, you kind of just gotta repeat the message. I do love how they added that sleeping guy on the chair from the previous episode, and I hope that they continue to keep him there in every episode that takes place at the docks. And that's all I have for episode 2. Okay, episode 3. The Batwheels befriend Snowy after seeing the good in him. During a fight between the Batwheels and Mr. Freeze, Snowy resists Mr. Freeze demands and saves the day.
I think the Snowy turning good plotline can be interesting. My question is, will the writers stick with this actual plotline? Because I feel like they probably won't. That just might be my opinion. And I think it'd be a shame if they didn't stick with this plotline. I'm not sure though.
I do think Snowy being a good guy is a good setup for further conflict. And I do hope they stick with it. And I think they will, because I think the easiest way that they can set it up is have him either not work to accomplish the bad guy's goal or in some way, shape, or form sabotage it. So I do think that they can work within those parameters of him being a good guy. I don't know. I don't know what they do in the future, but it can work.
Yeah, I really hope they do stick with it because it would be a really decent plotline.
Okay, so bat skates? He has bat skates. I just one thing that's so funny about Batman when they go the goofy route with writing him is how they're always like, okay, he has a bat this and a bat that and a bat those. And when he said bat skates, that was the goofiest thing in the world and I loved it. Okay, surprise musical number in this episode, and I didn't hate it, I fear.
I absolutely love that for you.
Yay! Okay, so do we like silly pun Mr. Freeze or serious stoic Mr. Freeze?
That's a hard one for me. I think it's a hard one for me. But I think I do like silly Mr. Freeze more.
Okay, I think I'm the opposite. I think I love serious stoic Mr. Freeze. For some reason, I just feel like, I don't know, given his background, I feel like it makes so much more sense for him to be serious and stoic. But I also understand, you know, in the context of this show, everybody needs to be a little silly.
You know what? I kind of forgot about his background, but when you put his background into account, yeah, I definitely agree with you. Stoic Mr. Freeze makes more sense.
They also made him
But
black.
yeah,
DEI!
stop. Listen, not everyone knows you're black, so they're gonna assume you're being racist.
Oh no. I know. I am aware that I've been told that I sound white sometimes. But guys, I'm mixed, okay? I'm mixed. And I look dark, okay? I wouldn't pass the paper bag test, please.
Not the paper bag test. Literally, I lost my train of thought because you said DEI.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's whatever.
So something about the context of Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, just when you put his background into account, I do think it makes more sense for him to be stoic. But at the same time, I do think for this show, it just makes more sense for him to be silly.
Episode 4, after oh my god. After a botched excursion by Wings, Bam questions his leader abilities before regaining his confidence. Together they help take down the Penguin.
I feel like this episode was the same as episode 2, but just in a different font, and it honestly kind of annoyed me. That's just me, though. Okay, so a problem I have with children's media is sometimes they're afraid to do something like sinister in with bad guys, which is fair because it is children's media. And I do understand why they can't like go all out most times. So I was wondering what the hell was the Penguin's plan in this episode? Like was he just did he just want to take over TV for a while? Is that it? Like
Yeah, he just wanted attention.
you know what? I don't get it, but
He wanted the limelight.
I'm glad other people do. That's fair, I guess. Yeah, that's it.
I think he was a theater kid in this universe.
And you know what? We hate theater kids, and he deserved to fall off that plane.
We do. Official statement of the Mid Takes Pod. I think this is the most normal version of the Penguin we've seen, which is kind of shocking. Like, no Dorito body, no British accent, no distractingly long nose. It was kind of nice. Also, I can't believe it. This is the second penguin I've met that reminds me of the Ice King. And it was definitely the scene where he was casually talking to the penguins, and they're just like standing there like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? And he's just like, you know what I mean, Jeremy? All right. Episode 5, BB learns that there's nothing wrong with slipping up, especially if it leads to catching the baddie.
I think I like BB best out of the Batwheels characters, so I was honestly glad we got an episode focused on her, and that's literally all I had to say about this episode, because I thought it was just fine overall.
This is actually a lesson I think is really important for kids to learn, because failing or doing something embarrassing in front of other people, I would say, are a lot of kids' worst fears. It was mine for a very long time. So teaching them that it's okay is a good thing. The thing that I don't really like about modern versions of Toyman is that they give him modern toys and technology when I feel like keeping him vintage would actually add to his charm and character. Like, imagine him being chased by the Batman in a futuristic world and he just throws marbles and Batman slips on them. That's funny! And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Overall, I think this is a pretty fun, silly show, and I really did enjoy it. Again, it's not something I'm going to continue just because I'm not really that interested in it. But again, if it was on just randomly, I wouldn't not watch it. You know, I really did enjoy BB. I just really like her. Again, I also I do feel like it just didn't make sense that Batman and others didn't know that these cars were sentient, because I feel like that should have been something mentioned. My only real question I have for the show is who was the other computer that we saw, because we didn't get to see them again at all after the first episode. So I was wondering if they were going to come back, like maybe in the season finale or something like that. But yeah, that's it.
I put this on our list for the same reason I put Teen Titans Go on the list. I thought it'd be stupid and we'd get some laughs out of it. In the case of Teen Titans Go, it was anti-funny, it was painful, it was uncomfortable. In the case of Batwheels, I didn't think it was bad, and I didn't think it was stupid. I was actually entertained and enjoyed watching it. It's a kids show that's well written with compelling characters and stories, something Teen Titans Go wished they had. Actually, I don't even think they wish that. I never mind. Also, the little songs in this were fun and catchy. Do I see myself continuing watching this show? I'd be lying if I said no, and I actually have continued to watch it.
Anyways, you guys, that's our thoughts on Batwheels. If you want to send us a voice message on Spotify for podcasters, there'll be a link in the description to do so below. We also have social media, which are on the description, and that's everything, so goodbye.